Yeah, we got the alarm in the evening. I think we were preparing for dinner.
We had a couple runs, I believe, for some automatic alarms, just like an everyday thing. I believe we even had a fire at a laundromat.
Yes.
In a dryer.
I don't remember exactly how it came in, but I do remember them saying that the neighbor thinks that there may be somebody in the house.
Got dispatched at about 5:30 in the evening, right around dinner time, that a neighbor was seeing fire from next door. We pulled up. There was a lot of smoke in the neighborhood. We came past the structure a little bit. We saw that the fire was in the back. I was starting to mask up, to put our mask on, and a neighbor had grabbed me and said, "Hey, this is the person's car." So I immediately got on the radio and said, to our chief that, "Hey, we might have some entrapment here. We might have people inside."
Right when we came on scene, fire was coming right off a side window that was in the kitchen. It was already self-venting at that point, already coming out. When we say self-venting, already coming out at the window.
At this time, Engine 2 was getting on scene along with the rescue company.
We made our way to the front door. At that point, we were masking up, waiting for water.
So I just made a decision to kind of pull a second line because they were kind of jammed up on the front porch, to go around and see if we could just quickly knock the fire out in the back. At 5:30, I'm thinking, all right, maybe someone was cooking and got overwhelmed, or whoever. There might be someone right down in that kitchen area. We pulled the line. We got up opened the door. There was a ton of smoke as we first went in there. The whole house was charged up right down to the floor. And as soon as we opened the door, we saw what we thought was a walker. So now in our minds, we're thinking, okay, maybe we have someone with limited mobility. So we went in, knocked some of the fire down as Engine 2 was advancing in through the front door and doing the same with the fire that had progressed out into the hallway.
At that point, once we knocked it down, started venting out a kitchen window.
As we were going down, we're feeling along the right-hand side, right down the wall. Got some of the fire knocked down. I made my way off to the right and found a dining room off to the right. Went in there, did a quick search. Went to the right again into the bedroom, found a bed, felt on the bed, didn't feel anybody on the bed, checked around, went around and found the victim between the bed and the front wall. And there was a large dresser in front of the doorway that led to that front room. So I moved that, called for help, and the guys were out there.
He just yelled out in the thing because he knew there was guys close. So myself, Nick, and Kyle, we were right there. So when we had to move the bed out of the way to kind of start pulling him out. We didn't think he was breathing at that point.
Yeah, you could see it. You could see it in his nose too. All the soot was in his nose.
One grabbed his arms, one grabbed his leg. We just pulled him up a little bit. We grabbed the fitted sheet off the bed. He was in a space that was, maybe 1.5 feet. Our plan was to start CPR on him as soon as we got him out into fresh air. And Joe quickly realized that he is having some vaginal breath, I think you said, so it's not great breathing, but he was breathing still.
We controlled his airway and moved him off to EMS. They got there, they were right at the bottom waiting for us.
When you go on a structure fire, you're already excited, and then when you see it, and then you realize it is a working structure fire, especially at this magnitude, you're even amped up more.
Your heart rate gets up, your adrenaline starts to go. We're going to push a little bit extra to see if we can get these people out.
You're only worried about that task at hand, and the adrenaline gets you through everything, and you forget about everything else except for what you need to get accomplished now.
Last I heard is that he survived. He was at the burn unit down here. I believe he was intubated for a little while.
In these situations, time is everything. It's not like years ago where there wasn't as much chemicals and everything. A couple breaths now of this dirty smoke is gonna put you out.
Every fire is devastating for the families that go through it. But it wasn't a very extraordinary fire, if you will. There was a lot of fire in the back kitchen, but that's kind of typical. So I didn't think it was a very out of the ordinary fire, except for that there was somebody in there and that we were able to successfully get out.